a video of something I just want to have a quick faff around with. So I was watching something and someone was talking about a mushy pea fritter which they'd bought from a fish and chip restaurant. I've never heard of a mushy pea fritter before, so I was curious. So I looked them up, and it's basically a bowl of frozen mushy peas which you dip in batter and then deep fry. I'm not a huge fan of mushy peas, if I'm honest. I know how to make them taste delicious, but I wouldn't really want to eat even my own mushy peas. They're not, I don't know, there's just something about them that I'm not that keen about. But I can make them taste nice. Basically salt, sugar and lots of butter. So I don't want to do mushy pea fritters. I'm going to do chickpea fritters instead. Obviously there's already something that is a chickpea fritter. And I suppose in essence an onion bhaji is made with chickpea flour and onions, so that's kind of like a chickpea fritter anyway. But what I want to do is I want to dip them in batter rather than the batter being in it like a onion bhaji. I want to do like a solid chickpea kind of mashed chickpeas, which then I dip in a batter, but I'm also going to do dipped in breadcrumbs, flour, egg and breadcrumbs as well. So there is 400 grams worth of chickpeas here. So give them a bit of a mash, give them a bit of a season. I was thinking about this and how I'm going to do it, and I was thinking, because we're taking inspiration from mushy pea fritters, we really should make it the chickpea fritters with butter rather than olive oil or something like that. And I think it'll be richer if we're using a bit of butter. And I think we're going to need a bit of egg in there. We might even need to mash it a lot more than that. Yeah, I think we're going to need. I don't want to put flour in. I think flour will make it claggy. I'm not a huge fan of chickpea flour either. There's an aftertaste. There's a taste to it which I don't kind of quite like. Which I don't like. So let's be generous with the butter. And then, because it's not going to stick together and I don't want to use flour, we'll just let it cool slightly, and then we'll beat an egg in, and then hopefully the egg will keep it together. Now, I'm not going to freeze it like the mushy pea fritters that I saw and then coat it in flour. I'm just going to let it set and go cold, or go cold and set, and then we're going to form the patties that way, I think. And then the egg, is it still? That's not going to cook the egg. It's not just hot enough to cook the egg. I suppose I could have made a puree of the chickpeas and then added some more chickpeas to it, so for a bit of texture. So kind of make a batter from the chickpeas and then fold in some crushed chickpeas. We might do that. So taste that. No, can't add too much salt. Yeah, so the only problem with adding salt to things is it draws out the moisture and makes things sticky. So if you're making gnocchi, the best thing to do is not add salt. Well, potato gnocchi, because it draws out the moisture of the potatoes and then they kind of go sticky, so they don't keep as long. Do that spatula. Right. How much egg are we going to put in that? Do you think that will hold together? I think if we're flour and breadcrumb I think that'll keep together. Let's split the mixture in half. So what do we reckon half-wise? That's about half, isn't it? Maybe a little bit more in there. So the one we're going to dip in batter, I think we'll certainly need the egg. I think so mixy, and then the egg should keep that together as it cooks. Flour would just be, I think, just be too heavy. I don't want it to be. I suppose we could put self-raising flour in, but maybe not. Right, so we'll let that cool, and then we'll form it into. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll form this one into. Already, we can use a lid. These are frozen chickpeas. So if we flour and breadcrumb these, but we'll let them go cool first. It's going to be a bit beige, like batter and we're going to do them like that. They'll be a bit beige, but colourful food doesn't always have to be colourful, does it? I'd much rather something tasted nice and it be a beige colour rather than something that was brightly coloured and not particularly nice. That can go in there. That can go in there. Just make sure we mix that in. There's no danger of it overworking, I don't think. And that's about how. What we'll do as well is we'll just fry one as is as well. So that's kind of quite soft, is that? Well, no, if we form them now-ish, I think we'll get 4 out of that. If we form them now-ish, these in there, and then they'll hold together better, won't they, as they cool. As always, thinking my way through things. There probably is something like this already. There's nothing new. There's just new ideas to yourself. Yeah, I'm forever sending my friend links to things saying, have you seen this? Have you seen that? And he's like, yeah, that's old. That business has been around for 80 years. It's just new to you. Or maybe he looks at it and then pretends he knows all about it because he reads about it on Wikipedia. And then maybe he does that, I don't know. Anyway, right, that's that. We'll let those go cool and set, and then we're back after we've been swimming to, we're not going to deep fry. I'm going to shallow fry because I think shallow frying's gotten a little bit more, we're a little bit more in control with shallow frying, aren't we? Yes. Egg and breadcrumb first, so I've floured them, coat them with egg, and then coat them with just cheap breadcrumbs. We're going to double, let's do one double dip. So egg again and then breadcrumbs again, and then we've got a double layer, so hopefully it won't fry itself to bits. Turn that down slightly. I don't know what the temperature is. It should be fine. That one, and then we'll do one coating, and then we'll be able to get an idea. It's you double coat with egg and breadcrumbs if you want like a really crispy, thick finish to them. A little bit more protection. Don't always have to. I don't know what they're going to turn out like. I don't like breadcrumbing. You just end up with a hand of fat fingers. But we might as well use that egg up. See, if it works with these ones that haven't got the egg mixed into it, then the other ones will work as well. And then like that. And then wash the fingers. And we'll just keep an eye on those. And actually, looks like they're holding together. We just want it to be a gentle fry. We don't want to fry them, hard fry them, and then fry them to bits. We might just splash a bit of oil gently on top of them, just to make sure that they're sealed. But they're already starting to colour. The oil's a bit old, but then I'm not that bothered about ruining it. Oh, these are holding together. So that was the one coating, and that was a two coating, wasn't it? So we'll let those cook gently, turn it down a bit, and we'll see how they turn out. These are cooked. The one that was just a single layer of breadcrumbs has just split there, but not to worry, so it looks like we need to do it double. Well, that's if they're nice. That's if they're nice. So those can come out, and we'll just let those cool down a little bit. Now, these are the ones that I mixed a little bit of egg in, so they are softer. So we need to dust them in flour, and we need to put them in a bit of batter, which is just a bit of plain flour, a bit of corn flour, water, and a bit of salt. I do have a recipe for a batter somewhere, but it's just a simple batter that I made. I haven't put any beer in or anything like that. I think you can go a bit too far. Well, you can, if we're just having a bit of faff around, I'm not going to make a extravagant batter and whisk in some whipped egg whites and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to do a plain flour and water batter. So see what happens. Trying not to burn myself. I'll just be a bit higher than that. But you don't want it too high that it explodes off the off what you're trying to deep fry. I think we'll try one without flour. I don't think the flour's making a blind bit of difference. In fact, the flour's not. It's not. That's not sticking, is it? That's not bloody good. Oh, I suppose I'm not allowed to swear on YouTube, am I? Do you know? We'll see how we go. Let's just put it in and see. Now, one with no flour. So just dip straight into the batter. So that's one with no flour. Oh, that's stuck alright. That's stuck a bit better. But it's made no difference anyway to how it's stuck. So that's that one there. And then one just plain deep fried. Like that, I think. And then I'll clean my hands up and we'll be back when those are ready. Oh no, we'll be back when those are ready. Flick a bit of oil over the top and then it'll set the batter, hopefully. It's going to make a mess of my oil, is this? Not to worry. That looks like it's frying itself to bits. So not to worry. It's good that we tried it. Let me flip these over. Let's just flip that over. Flip that over. And flip that over. And then while those are cooking, we'll just have a taste of these. So, nice and soft on the inside. Alright, right. It's alright. It's like a chickpea fish cake. I suppose we could make a fish cake using that chickpea recipe instead of potato. Oh, that's not working, that's just frying itself to bits. Probably would have been better in a pan of oil, but I think the oil's just frying it to bits. So what do these double ones taste like? So this is double crispy, double breadcrumbed. Nice. Nice, it certainly works that way. And then I was thinking, I'm using chickpeas, but you could use any beans you wanted. Or if it works with mushy peas, it works with chickpeas. Any kind of thick beans, pulses should kind of work. Lentils should work. That's not going very crispy, is it? Probably because the oil's not hot enough, but I don't want to explode them. How does that taste? No, that's just going to be fatty. Alright, so I suppose it would have held together better if we put flour in, but I don't want that clagginess, the heaviness of flour. I just think the egg's a bit lighter. So we'll get these crispy and then we'll give those a try. And they've cooled, so let's have a look. All the same, that's worked, isn't it? Did I flour? Oh, floured one, didn't I? Yeah, so we don't need to flour them, we're just going to need to batter them. I think the breadcrumb ones look better, but I think the batter's nicer. So we could do like a tempura batter, and I think those would be really nice. Feel like a really crunchy batter. But it just goes to show that it doesn't have to be mushy peas. It could be any kind of pea or bean or lentil that we like. So there we go. From that point of view, that's a success.